2021 Bigfoot Encounter from Umatilla National Forest, Oregon. In October 2021, Scott H., a seasoned bowhunter in his early 40s, set out alone into the Blue Mountains near the Oregon-Washington border, deep inside Umatilla National Forest. He'd hunted this area for over a decade and knew the terrain like the back of his hand. It was the start of elk season, and he hiked in several miles before setting up a minimalist base camp near a natural game trail. Scott carried no rifle, just a compound bow, a pack, and a satellite beacon. Around 5:30 p.m., Scott was positioned in a tree stand when he began to hear unusual whooping sounds, not quite like an owl or coyote, but deeper, longer, and echoing in sets of 3. The sounds were farther up the ridge and answered by wood knocks coming from behind his position. Thinking another hunter might be messing around, he let out a quick elk call to alert any human presence. There was no response, but the woods went completely silent after. At sunset, he climbed down and started hiking back to his tent. That's when he felt it, the distinct primal sensation of being watched. He turned and scanned the timberline. Just inside the shadows, beyond the final edge of light, he spotted movement. A tall, upright figure, dark brown, broad shoulders, motionless. It was partially hidden behind a pine trunk, only its outline visible. It didn't flinch, didn't duck, didn't run. It just stood there, watching. Scott raised his flashlight, but the creature had already vanished silently into the trees. The next morning, Scott returned in daylight. Just yards from where he saw the figure, he found 3 large human-like footprints, about 17 inches long, sunk into the moist soil near the ridge. He photographed them and submitted his report to the BFRO, along with GPS coordinates and scale measurements. The prints showed no arch, had clear toe splay, and were flat-footed, classic signs in alleged Sasquatch trackways. A BFRO investigator later visited the site and confirmed the tracks were in an area inaccessible by vehicle, with no other campsites or hunting blinds nearby. The distance between the prints suggested a stride of nearly 5 feet. No human could have made those prints barefoot in those conditions. Scott has refused interviews but allowed his report to be published with redacted coordinates. He hasn't returned to that hunting spot since. If you enjoyed the retelling of this encounter story, please support my page by liking and following, and let me know in the comments if you believe Scott ran into a Bigfoot that day.